I'm just getting ready to make supper, and I wanted to show you what is on the menu tonight. Tonight we're having salmon, and we are having some lovely salmon fillets, and we're also having some parsnips, a great root vegetable to have this time of year. And we're gonna do a one-pan sheet meal. So I've got my pan. This is it, my stoneware, and we're gonna cook everything on one sheet. I love these one-pan sheet meals because they're so great for cleanup. So first I'm gonna marinate my salmon. So it's quite a bit of salmon. We've got 5 of us that we have to feed, and we love salmon. So there may be some leftovers for tomorrow, but I doubt it. So the first thing that you wanna do is take a couple of tablespoons for this much salmon, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I always love using local maple syrup. This is Salmon River Sugar Bush syrup. So thank you for that. So I'm just gonna drizzle it over my salmon, 2 tablespoons. Now salmon is a fantastic protein source to have because it is loaded with omega-3s. One thing that a lot of us are quite deficient in, because it is an essential amino or essential fat that we need to eat. Our body doesn't produce it ourselves, so we really need to make sure that we are consuming some nice healthy fatty fish like this salmon to get those omega-3s in. Really great for inflammation. So if any of my clients say, oh, I have inflammation, I often will suggest a omega-3 supplement, or for them to increase their fish consumption. Or if, let's say that heart disease runs in the family, then I would suggest, as a preventative measure, having some salmon as well, some more fatty fish or omega-3 supplement. Okay, so we had the maple syrup. Next is a soy sauce, but I don't like using soy sauce. You know, it can be sprayed a lot, and so I go for a different kind of, similar to soy sauce, similar taste, but just a little bit healthier version. So 2 things that you can do here. You could use a tamari, which is a gluten-free soy sauce, or you can use, which I like to use, is organic coconut sauce, it's called. And it has a very similar taste to the soy sauce, but it just doesn't, it's not processed as much, and I know it's a little bit cleaner. So I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of that onto my fish as well. So you can see we're having this maple and soy sauce kind of flavor here. So I'm just gonna let that marinade while I get everything else ready. So just move it around so you can see I've got it in a glass jar. Just gonna let that soak in and marinate and set that to the side. So the next part of this is our parsnips. And so I've gotten 3 parsnips. Now you might say that doesn't seem like a lot for a family of 5. That's because the only people that are gonna eat them likely are gonna be Jeff and myself, and we will eat all these parsnips. So I'm gonna serve the salmon, I'm gonna serve the parsnips. I will also serve some pasta with butter for my kids because I know that they will eat those 2 things. So that is on the menu tonight. Doesn't really go. I gave them the choice of rice or pasta. They chose pasta, so that's what we're having. Okay, so I'm gonna get a sharp knife. And I'm going to start my oven. I'm going to put it at 350. When you roast vegetables, you can roast vegetables a little bit higher than 350, but for us to retain some of those nutrients, I like to roast vegetables a little bit lower, which means it's going to take a little bit longer for them to cook, but when I eat them, then I know I'm going to be retaining that moisture. So I'm gonna actually keep the skin right on the parsnips. I've washed them. Let me adjust my, there, and you can see me chop away. I'm gonna cut the ends off, and I'm gonna cut this thick piece off. Now I'm gonna keep these as fries, just so it's kind of like a fish and chip night. I'm gonna put them right on my pan there. Cutting these. And try to get them all uniform as you're cutting, and that's gonna make the cooking process a little bit more even, so they'll all cook at about the same time. Might cut this one in half again. Oh, it was already cut in half. So let me get these all cut, and then we'll come back. So there we have them all done. I've cut up all of our parsnip slices so they're ready to go into the oven. I'm just going to sprinkle them with a little bit of avocado oil. Avocado oil is great to use because you can use it at a higher heat. You could also use something like coconut oil here, or even a ghee if you wanted to. Ghee is a butter that has had the milk solids off. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my pink Himalayan salt, good quality salt. And I'm going to sprinkle that on. And then I'm going to just mix this up in the pan. No sense in having another bowl get dirty. We might as well just mix this up right in the pan, make our life a little bit easier. So I love having root vegetables this time of year. In the fall, it's a good way for us to transition into the season. Root vegetables, if we think about them, they're grown in the ground, so they can be very grounding for us. So if you feel like you're very airy, spacey, you've got a million thoughts going on and you can't just really focus on one, eating more root vegetables can really help ground you and help you feel a little bit more at peace. So enjoying those root vegetables, and they're fresh, right? They've just been harvested. So, all right, I'm gonna put these in the oven at 350 and I'm gonna cook them for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna add the salmon after that. All right, so I got my parsnips out of the oven. They're not quite cooked yet, right? Because we're gonna cook the salmon in here as well. So I'm gonna push my parsnips to the side. And I'm gonna lay my salmon, my marinated salmon, get a little dip, and I'm gonna lay it down on the pan. A little space in between. And then I'm gonna put it back in the oven, probably about 10 minutes, and then it should be cooked. Now, I'll just put those a little bit closer. So the maple syrup that we used on the salmon, that's gonna pair nice with the parsnips as well, because the parsnips are sweet. So I'm gonna grab my cloth. And then before this goes in, I just wanna do a little bit of salt on the salmon as well. We can always salt to taste when it comes out, but we love having that little bit of salt. Now you might be saying, oh my gosh, Trish, you put so much salt on stuff. But you have to also think about our requirements, our daily requirements for salt. So every day we need 2,300 milligrams of salt for our cells to do the processes that they need to do. And if you're not eating processed food, where usually they put a lot of salt in, and you're creating a lot of your own food, then you can salt your food to get those minerals that your body needs, and those electrolytes that your body needs. So, okay, into the oven this goes, and then I'll bring it back out. I should prop that up so you can see, and then I'll bring it back out and show you the finished product. All right, so I have pulled this out of the oven. Look how delicious that looks. We've got our parsnip fries. We've got our salmon. You can see how it's caramelized a little bit from that maple syrup. I gotta set that down because it's hot. But a delicious one-pan meal. I'm gonna put this pan right on the table, and then it's gonna get served from the pan to our plates. So less dishes, less cleanup, and a fantastic fall meal to have. Thanks for watching. Bye.